Are live. Hello, I'm James Baxter. Did you want me to talk about my character yet, or do you want to do that later? Alright, well, I'll be playing Osborne, who is a goblin. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you for a second. Let me go back to loading screen for a second.
Yeah, this is like my second time.
Live. There we go. How about now, Steven?
How about now?
Steven?
Okay, I'm asking him.
Steven? I see
To
him
our
in the
wonderful
chat. Steven, say something.
fans in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
He better
How's
be
the
watching
audio?
this.
It
Can
should
you
be
hear more than
working
just
now.
Apologies
James?
for the
He's
audio
not watching. He
issues.
doesn't get to come out the closet.
Yep.
Oh, poor
Oh,
Steve.
he can hear everyone. We're
Okay,
good.
great. We're good. All right. Sorry.
I was just joking.
Start over, Morgan. Start over.
Sorry about that, guys. From the top, welcome to Neon Goblins Frigiphobia, our production of the New Wizards of the Coast adventure, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. My name is Morgan Kramer. I will be your dungeon master. Let me introduce you to my wonderful players, all of them. Let's start with Prescott.
Hello, I'm Prescott Register. I am playing Zadrin Blackwater, and he is a Shadowkai elf.
Wonderful. James.
They heard me the first time, but I am James Baxter, and I'm playing a goblin named Osborne.
Ozzy. Alden.
Hi, I'm Alden Eberhardt, and I'm playing a human named Wilhelm Oakenbruff.
Gesundheit. Kristen.
Hey, I'm Chris. I'm playing a dragonborn granny.
Kevin.
Hi, my name's Kevin Miller, and I'll be playing Ryston Elton, the Changeling.
And Griffin.
My name is Griffin Wilkins. I'm a fire genasi, and his name is Vulcan.
And he is also playing a fire genasi. Before we jump right into it, want to say a very quick thank you to our friends over at Wormwood Gaming for their continued support. As you can see somewhere down there, there is a free shipping code. Make sure to check out their wonderful tabletop accessories. They always do something very cool around Halloween. I personally cannot wait to see what we got coming on the way. Before we jump into tonight's session, I do want to take a quick moment to give a content warning to our viewers. Icewind Dale has been published as a horror adventure. There are moments in the campaign that are meant to be disturbing, horrifying, and terrifying. I am going to be in constant communication with my players to make sure that even while the characters are going through these paces, players are always comfortable at the table. And I do want to remind you viewers, if you're ever feeling, a little worn down by what's going on, take some time away, click back and watch the stream at a later time when you can. We completely understand. We want everyone to enjoy watching our streams, even when I'm murdering the party. So,
Yay, death.
to get started, a little information about Icewind Dale, the frozen north. Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Auril the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell to keep the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as tin towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, Tin Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. This gathering of individuals has found passage in one of the very few caravans that still makes its way north through the spine of the world, a treacherous and ruthless mountain range. You have picked up an additional passenger on your last stop at the Tin Top Pit Stop, a gnomish tinkerer's store that is the northernmost settlement before the mountains themselves. You all find yourselves now bundled in heavy woolen cloaks, fur-lined armor wherever you can find it. You do all start this adventure, because I'm a very generous DM, with a full set of cold weather gear. So you don't have to worry yet about Constitution saving throws from the biting cold that, even as you are just cresting the higher passes of this mountain avenue, seem to bite at any bit of exposed flesh, searing whatever has not been properly sheltered from the elements. You wind down the tin road towards Bryn Shander, which is the largest of the Tin Town settlements. It is arguably the most metropolitan of the sparse settlements here. There is a structure surrounding the city. It is a double-walled ring of wooden posts that have just been packed in between with frozen earth, bits of stone, and whatever material the wasteland has deemed fit to spare the residents to shore up their homestead. As you approach, the blistering winds create whiteout conditions any great distance from you, and it's like looking into a silver veil more than 100 feet out. But your cart driver can easily enough navigate you towards the exterior of the city, and you see a small huddled figure that seems to be discussing with one of the guards at the currently open gate. It is getting later in the day. There is still a dim sort of atmospheric blue-white glow. You can't see through the cloud cover to see any particular weather patterns, but the biting chill is holding at bay for now. I think once the sun sets, that may no longer be the case. As the wagon creaks into town, you can catch the occasional bouts of laughter or music on the wind from the establishments within the ringed walls of the city, but most sound is heavily distorted or swept away entirely by the biting breeze. There is a larger cloaked figure that seems to be making their way out of one of the externalmost structures in this ringed city and turns its head as it sees the wagon roll to a stop. Kristen, if you would like to introduce your character. What did the cloaked, hooded travelers see?
So who is the I'm the worst. Who is the cloak hooded traveler exactly? Like I'm
That's you.
okay, good.
As a
Okay.
resident
Just
of this town.
just making sure. I was like, oh my god, am I supposed to be talking to someone I don't know? Okay. Welcome adventurers. I am Granny. You may call me Granny for short. Why don't we how far? Oh wait, no, I'm Granny. You can call me Gran for short. That's what you can do. Why don't we head on into the tavern? Yes? It's quite how far away from the tavern, Sir Guard?
Just a few minutes walk up the alley that way. Just mind the muck on the road. They don't clean up after the horses when the wagons come in.
Yes. Okay. Well, why don't we just head on up? It should be a nice place to grab a quick bite to eat, and we'll just cozy on in for the evening then.
Fantastic. I'm famished.
Sounds preferable.
Anything to get out of this cold.
Right. So as you pile out of the wagon, grabbing your belongings, you make your way towards one of the larger structures in the town. You can see a wooden sign creaking in the perpetual winter breeze. What bits of moisture have built on it have coalesced into these hanging icicles that occasionally crack off with melodic little tinkling sounds as they shatter on the cobblestones below. Welcome to the Northlook Inn and Tavern. As you push in, you can see that this is where most of the sounds that you had caught coming into the city are originating from. It is not exactly a cushy establishment, but it is comfortable. There are roaring fires and hearths here and there. There are masses of working men's men laughing over pints of ale, feasting over meager meals, most of which are comprised of fish. And speaking of fish, as you enter, you notice a massive red-scaled knucklehead trout, which, Gran, as you know, being native to Tin Towns, are enormous fish that live under the frozen surfaces of lakes and ponds, can weigh upwards of 200 to 300 pounds. This one easily looks like it could be a quarter of a ton. It is hung on iron and wooden plate, hanging on the door frame, and you see a small golden placard on the bottom that reads, "Old Bitey." Creature is covered with scars and has sharpened teeth that don't exactly look like they belong there and have been shoved into its mouth.
Gotta love. As you guys walk into the tavern, don't forget to admire old Bitey over here in the corner. I hear that if you have a couple of drinks, it will actually sing to you.
Now that looks like it was a hunt worth a tale.
So as you push into the warmth of the tavern, pulling back your hoods, shouldering off your cloaks, let's go around and say what everyone would see as your character reveals himself. James, we'll start with you.
Well, when I pull my hood back, you see he's a goblin. He has shaggy hair, prematurely gray. His eyes don't look like usual goblin eyes. They have a strange iris, and they're red. He doesn't leave much of himself exposed, especially with the cold weather gear, and he kind of keeps to himself.
Right. Prescott, do you want to give us a description of your character?
Sure. Again, he pulls his hood back. You see a rather short 5'8", thin little elf, pale skin and white hair, just black pupil eyes, just studying everything, quietly keeping his eyes out. A little bit excited about being out here in the frigid north.
All right. Alden.
When I pull back my hood, you see a grizzled veteran On his fur-lined armor is the symbol for the purple dragon knights, and around his neck is a symbol for Tempest. As he looks around and goes, "It has been a long time since I have been home. Things have changed considerably. I don't remember it being so cold."
Kevin.
As I pull back my hood, you see beneath it a white-skinned, white-haired, white-eyed man, looking as though he just stepped out of one of the snowdrifts outside. Despite his shocking appearance, he glances around as if he were no more unusual than any of the other patrons in the tavern, and you notice a small scar going just straight from above his ear down to just above his mouth, and it's the only little sight of color on his face. It's a slight pink.
All right. Griffin.
Pulling the hood back, shivering slightly. You see an average handsome bloke, bright orange hair, charcoal colored skin, the veins slightly pulsating as it tries to bring warmth back into the body.
All right. As you all sort of knock the snow off your boots and drop your hoods just inside the entrance to the tavern, there is an assortment of individuals gathered here. You see several dwarves, lots of humans, a few half-elves and full elves. But you definitely stand out, and you do notice a few quick glances and side eyes directed your way, especially you, Rayston. Your sort of snowdrift white complexion, definitely something unusual to see on a living creature, at least in this part of the world. Ozzy, you definitely pick up on a couple of hushed conversations and glances directed in your general vicinity as well. But no one rises to intercept you. Before long, everyone goes back to their meals and drinks.
Oh, don't worry about them. They're always like this with new visitors. Don't worry.
Noted.
I've been getting this my whole life. It's quite all right.
I've heard many stories of the strange hospitalities of small towns, and no bother to me.
Right. You do see an older human male behind the bar. He's got weathered skin, dried and calloused over many times on the higher bits of his cheeks from, you imagine, prolonged exposure to the cold. He definitely looks a bit more burly than the others here. He's heavily scarred. You see a pair of really fancy daggers mounted on plaques behind where he stands, just behind the bar. And he's currently just slinging drinks, taking orders, and notices your group come in and says, "Oi, what you having? Pay or get out."
I make a beeline directly towards him. "Hello, my good man. It shan't be any drinks for me today. I must keep my wits about me, after all. New place, new people. But I would be charmed indeed if you would provide me with some sort of sandwich of some type, a snack, a meal, if you will. If you've got access to any sausage and onions, I'm partial to that."
Sausage and onions.
Sausage and onions.
I've got trout.
Trout is fine with me.
You want a sandwich, he said?
If you've got bread.
Yeah, we got bread. Anything to wash it down. And you notice as he lifts a huge cleaver from behind the bar and goes to work on a workspace that's just beneath your line of sight. And you can see that he's hacking away large sort of steaks from a massive knucklehead trout that's laid out for prep.
Just the trout and the bread, my friend.
Scrabsack, be nice to the adventurers. No need to be aggressive all the time. They might be nice.
Granny, are you gonna pay for their food and drink?
Yes, I'll pay. If there's any problems, I will pay. But I think, well, I kind of look around at everybody.
Oh, I can pay for myself.
And
No
there we
worries
go.
there.
Myself, it's all right, Gran.
And we're good.
Yeah.
They cause trouble. It's on your scales. And goes
Understood.
back to working. He quickly puts together a very meager sandwich, 2 pieces of probably too stale to really be passable, but he puts your flank of trout on them nevertheless and slides them across. 3 copper.
I plop the 3 copper down, pick up the sandwich, and take a huge bite. It's immediately obvious that I'm not really used to such difficult food, but I power through it and smile huge as I continue to wolf down the sandwich.
Just
So you
kinda
think it's
blanks.
pretty good?
I've definitely had worse.
Oh, well, you're not going to get much better either. So
Never turn down a meal when you can get it.
Good food, well prepared, my friend.
Right. Anything for the rest of you?
I'll just have one of your ales.
All right.
An ale and a trout for me, please.
You want a sandwich as well?
No, none of the bread. I'm fine.
All right.
you still have any of those
freezing.
peas?
I'm freezing to death. You got anything to warm me up?
Oi, get up on the stool there so I can see it proper. There you are.
Hello.
A goblin, here. You ain't gonna be causing any trouble, right?
I can hardly stand up. It's so cold.
Yeah, alright.
You got anything stronger than ale?
I might. He reaches down and pulls up a dark green glass bottle with a rubber cork and boom, puts a shot glass in front of you and another next to it. Pours 2 out, slides 1 in your direction. Fire whiskey sure warms the belly. It will warm the rest of you if you keep drinking it.
Thank you. Yeah, it sounds great.
There's a silver piece. Takes the coin, takes one of the shots, throws it back, and proceeds to wrap in sort of just brown butcher's paper another steak of trout to hand to you, Wilhelm, and slides you a flagon of ale to you as well. Zadrin?
Yeah. Zadrin.
Salmon and ale, just an ale. You, and he points to you, Zadrin. 2 copper. You, 4.
Hey,
What about
Much
you?
appreciated.
And he points to you, Vulcan. I ain't seen your light before.
Well, my dad never really let me drink, but fire whiskey sounds right up my alley.
He kinda-
One of those, please, sir.
You got the silver for it?
Do I ever? And I give it to you.
Pours another pair of shots, slides 1 to you, throws 1 back himself, continues on about his work. About this time, you hear the door that you had entered a moment ago clack open again, hitting the wall as the breeze pushes through, carrying a bit of a snow flurry. Even though there are fires burning on almost every wall, the immediate chill let in from the night air just sort of sinks into your bones just after a few moments of exposure. But you see, huddling through the doorway, 3 shorter figures, dwarves, from those of you that know the size and stature of them, heavily frosted over. You can see that there's one with a beard that has just ice accumulated in it, especially around the nose and mouth, and they look absolutely chilled to the bone.
Well, definitely get out of their way.
They sort of shoulder in. You can see that there's one that's leading the group a bit, a female dwarf. She sort of scans the interior, sees the gathered fishermen, millers, commoners gathered here, and then her eyes fall on the lot of you, most of whom are carrying weapons out in the open. And the 3 stocky figures, bundled in their cold weather garb, stumble towards you. They have snowshoes that have been slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belts. 2 of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand and says through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, "Oi, well met. I'm Runa. These are my friends, Corks and Storm. We need some help. Well, you look rather capable."
Well, I'm here to help. What's the nature of the trouble?
Well, and she kind of looks about the group. You're all, the adventuring fighting sort, yeah?
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm here to at least investigate, find
That's what
out.
they tell me.
Well, you see, me and my mates here, we were up in Cracked Can. We were transporting some ingots down to the town and were set upon by a Yeti. It got our friend, poor bloke, tore him limb from limb. Never heard Ubok scream like that.
A Yeti.
Anyway, our cargo's still out there on the sled. We just had to sort of beat it down here. And that's like a month's pay for us. We're sort of wanted the bonus, hoping we could get some folks like you to go get it for us.
Any other troubles other than just a Yeti?
The Yeti's what scared us off.
It sounds a worthy cause.
True.
I can
The
Yeti
pay.
don't scare any enough for you.
I mean,
A Yeti is scary enough.
Do I recognize them at all? Like, are they around town usually?
you would know the location they mentioned. Kelvin's Cairn is a known trade partner of Tin Towns, and the ingots are one of the main products that's traded with Bryn Shandir for the knucklehead trout. It's not uncommon to see dwarven transports through the city.
Well, I'm certainly going to try and help out. Are any of the rest of you going to join me?
Oh, no question. I will never not help.
Yes. That is my job.
Well,
Yeah, all
Look,
right.
I look
That's
down
right.
at my only 2 bites eaten trout, and I go, all right, I suppose I should help you. Well, I will finish this later.
Scramsack, just get him a to-go box. We've got.
Can I have a
business to take
box?
care of.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I
He
didn't
hands you
catch
another
your
piece
name.
of butcher paper.
Yes.
Thank you.
I
Oh,
didn't catch your name there, Miss Dwarf.
Yep,
Ruben,
you
I
sure
believe.
did not.
Her name was Ruben. She said Ruben, and there was Corp and Thorn.
Fruna. Fruna
Fruna.
is her name. And the other two were Corix and Storn.
Well, Madame Frona, we shall be off and hopefully return soon with your goods.
That'd be great. Yeah, thanks. We'll pay you when you get back. We should have a
Yeah,
place to get it.
yeah. I was going to ask about that. You started saying something about pay.
Let's see. Does anyone have a passive perception of 14 or higher?
no.
Yes.
I don't know it.
14.
Okay. If you do, you would notice that one of the silent companions, the one that she pointed out as Storn, keeps glancing nervously to all the windows and occasionally back at the door that they entered through.
Were you followed perchance?
I mean, not that I think of. It's a couple of hours up the road at least.
I'm saying this staring at Storn.
He doesn't even look at you. He's just head perpetually on a swivel.
Well, Rayston, it's the area they're talking about. It's pretty common for some misfortunes to happen there. This is not something we haven't heard before. So I look all these wonderful, helpful people and helping out a town that they don't even know. It means a lot to all of us here, right, Scrumsack?
He's at this point polishing a dirty tankard with an even dirtier rag. Right. They're all going to be dead within a week.
Well,
Yeah.
that's probably true too. Not many people's blood is as thick as ours.
That's for sure.
I believe we shall surprise you.
Right.
Hopefully.
Not
It'd be
looking to
quite
die.
inconvenient.
What are you anyway, Snowflake?
Why, I'm a changeling, my good man, naturally adopted and made heir of the Elton patriarch family of Baldur's Gate. Ryston Elton at your service.
So you're rich, snobby, from out of town.
I
And you
wish
come
I
here
was
thinking
rich.
you're going to be a hero.
No, I'm actually here because my family hasn't been doing so well lately. There's a certain amount of struggle that I think that we can all sort of identify with if we're all. I mean, we're making our way. It's fine. It's fine. None of you need to worry about that. I am here to make my way, as it were.
Right.
Yeah,
Good
right.
luck.
Not help but notice that you did not deny any of the other things. So you're just not rich, but the rest was all true.
Well, I am not the best judge of my own snobbishness, sir, nor my own.
That is very self-aware
other
of you, actually. That's
things
really
you
cool.
said.
Ah.
I try to be as humble as I may,
That's nice.
just as we all do.
Okay.
In the eyes of Tyr, we are all born equal, are we not?
Ah, yes.
You see Fruna exchange a glance with Korux and look back to your group. We appreciate
Yeah.
your help. And they clamber over to one of the vacant tables to start shaking off the cold.
But really, we must be off. This
Yes.
Yeti sounds like it could put the goods in danger.
Yes, Granny, you said this is an area that you knew how to get to?
Yeah, it's not too far.
Okay.
We should be able to walk.
Maybe
Hopefully.
you would know, Granny, that the best way to travel any sort of distance in Tin Towns is on foot with snowshoes.
Mm.
Not having snowshoes can significantly slow you down and can make you a little more susceptible to some of the environmental hazards.
Oh my goodness. Wait.
That
And
is
I look
very true.
around at all of you. Oh, none of you have snowshoes.
I haven't got any snowshoes, no.
God. Oh God. And I'll turn
I
around and
was
look
meaning
at
to buy some
Ooh.
while here, hopefully. But the adventure seems to have started before I was ready.
Well, I
It did.
think we can hang on a second, and I'll go back over to the three dwarves who are trying to get warmed up. Hey, look, they need some help. We need your shoes.
Well,
We
Says
need. You want to
Horace.
get rid of the Yeti? You give us the shoes. We'll be back 3 hours.
but we're gonna need him to get back.
Well, we'll be back before you're back.
He and
How long are you
Fruna
going to be here?
exchange glances. Well, it's gonna take you a bit of time to get up to where the sled even was, especially with the weather picking up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be changing accents all night, just so y'all know.
Love it.
My accent is not nailed down either. Just like which pitch I choose.
Okay, fine. You think that's you know what? Fine. You're no help. And then I'll go up to Scrumsack. Hey,
Fruna sort of reaches out and grabs the hem of your cloak as you turn to go. We need our snowshoes, lass, but if you go up to Black Iron Blades and let them know that they're helping us out, they should be able to get you some snowshoes for a reasonable price.
and that was all you needed to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we will take care of your goods.
I really appreciate that.
Mm.
And you, Gran, would have heard of Black Iron Blades in your more herbalism-based business. You haven't had extensive opportunity to do business with them, but they are the prominent armorer and weaponsmith in town, but also have a smaller sort of general goods establishment. It is run by 2 additional dwarves, Garn the Hammer and his sister Elza.
All right. Well, I guess and so I'll turn back to the party. So Black Iron Blades, that's kind of where we're gonna go. We'll have to get you guys some snowshoes, since clearly you're all not from this part of the world. So we'll deal with that as we will. Do we have money?
I have.
For snowshoes
Okay.
and some additional.
Okay. Well, we'll
They
be
don't
fine.
cost more than 4 and a bit gold, do they?
We can work something out, I think.
All right.
I don't know how much you guys know about me, but I actually have my own, well, I had my own business here in Bryan Chandler. It was beautiful. I have a lovely herbalism business, with little potions. Maybe you fall in love, maybe you heal yourself, maybe you deal with that big bad belly ache, whatever. But so maybe I can get them a deal at my place too if we don't have the funds. So we'll head on.
All right.
Nice to know.
Fascinating.
With
Yes.
the perpetual winter, are you able to replenish your stock?
It has been difficult at times, but it's more like instead of replenishing our stock, it's more like it changes all the time. We got different things, different seasons. Yeah, we're successful in our own way.
Rotating inventory.
Okay, got it.
People don't come back for the goods. They come back to talk to us, spend time, shop around,
Okay.
It's all about the customer service experience.
All right.
Could
That's what
learn a
you're
thing or
paying
two
for.
from you. My business.
You're a businessman.
My father, we own the Tin Top Pit Stop. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Wow.
The new place. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Those of you that had traveled from south of the spine of the world, which I think is just about everyone, Tin Top Pit Stop is the last real place to buy any sort of supplies before pushing into the mountains proper.
Yeah, you guys know. You all know. You guys know my dad,
Oh,
Franklin.
okay.
Yeah. The little gnome.
I have heard good things.
The greatest, the best. Oh my gosh, love him.
I have a question. I thought you were a fire ganassi. Am I just reading that wrong?
Now, plenty of people are adopted. I'm adopted. He might be adopted.
Well, okay, cool. All right.
Well, I don't know if we have time to go into this whole
Okay.
adoption process, but yes, I am big and he is small.
Cool.
As is only fair. Now, the Yeti.
Yes, the Yeti. Well, the
Snowshoes first, then Yeti.
and then the Yeti.
Yes?
Of course, the snowshoes first. The snowshoes are a path to the Yeti. It's about the Yeti.
It's,
This is a Yeti-centric snowshoe trip.
Hopefully
I'm
there will
going
be no
to-
Yeti. Yes? I will cross my finger.
Let's see if I can show you guys this little map of the town. If it will let me. Maybe. Show to everyone. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right. So you would have come in the southwest gate and pushed almost into the northernmost area of the city to get to the North Look, the Inn and Tavern. And so you will be backtracking just a little bit closer to the middle of the city to get to Black Iron Blades. But Gran, you would have this layout pretty much memorized from your time living in town.
Awesome. So when we get there, I will walk in and immediately is Elsa in?
When you get there, you do see that there are two individuals inside, one of whom is a dwarven woman in the back that is sort of gathering some of the items from the front tables it is getting later on into the afternoon. They're sort of pre-closing. And then you see the dwarven man with a long reddish brown beard braided into sort of ornate plaits with loose hair just sort of hanging down and clinging to where he's been sweating through the day. And then the moisture is frozen onto his skin. Oh, hey, Elsa's back there.
I would like to talk to her, please.
All right, what's about?
We need those flat bottom shoes. The snowshoes. We need some for some newbies in town.
Aye, we can do that. Elsa! And he walks back to sort of take over the duties as she comes up, dusting her hands off free from soot. Aye, what can I do for you?
Hey, sweetie, we
Hello,
have brought
Gran.
some friends, and they need some snowshoes, please.
Quite a group you got here.
You know, I just picked them up. They are oddly friendly. So I'm gonna just stick with it for now until I decide otherwise.
So they're not from the Dale, is what you're saying.
Goodness,
I
goodness,
see.
no. They're all freezing cold, no shoes. It's a mess.
No
Well,
snowshoes.
I think I should be able to help. Let's see. Trying to find the cost of snowshoes because I don't want to charge y'all, and it's not in D&D Beyond. We'll just call it 3 silver each. Except for you little fella, and she points to you, Ozzy. I think I can probably get you to pass with a pair of children's snowshoes. I think they'll fit you a bit better, and they're cheaper.
That sounds about right.
All right, so just 2 silver for you, and the rest of you 3 silver a pair.
Excellent.
Very well.
All right.
That's good. All right.
So
Here
let
you
me
go.
see if y'all can add snowshoes on D&D Beyond whenever you get a second. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right. Anything else you would like to try and purchase while you're here at the general store?
I was meaning to do this earlier before I got here, but can I purchase some additional arrows?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And that's just 1 gold for a bunch of 20.
Mhm.
I think.
And I think everyone should have your, your basic starting equipment and currency
Mhm.
based on your background and lifestyle. All right.
Shoes. Oh.
I will say those of you that have extensive weapons training in hand-to-hand combat, looking around at the weapons on display here, they definitely look to be uninspired in their quality of craftsmanship, but there is also a lot of them. You get the feeling that this particular establishment is more about quantity than quality. Just in case you have future weapons needs.
Do you purchase weapons as well?
We've been known to buy a few. Hi, what can
Because
I-
my dad, he's so funny. He's so silly. He thought I would be in a lot of danger, and obviously I won't be. But he got me 2 crossbows, and I was wondering if I could just sell one of them back. I'll just tell him I lost it, wink.
Sure, what kind of a crossbow do you have?
Just a little light crossbow, and I'll just pull it out of my pack here. Just put it on the counter there.
And she takes it and sort of turns it over in her hands.
Should be great quality, never used.
Oh, sure, I think we can take this off your hands. How about 15 gold for it?
That is more than fair. Wow, thank you so much.
Fantastic. All right. She takes it from you and slides the gold over. And anything for the rest of you?
Good.
I'm good now that I have snowshoes.
All right. Just she looks back to you, Vulcan. Make sure you don't accidentally shoot your friend there. He seems like he would blend right into the tundra. Pointing at Rayston.
Ha ha ha! Because I'm very white.
Yeah, you're honestly quite a sight. I don't see creatures as lovely as you up this way.
Well, thank you, madame.
Or yourself, for that matter. I'm rude of me. I know Gran here. I haven't gotten the rest of your names.
Ryston Elton.
Zadrin Blackwater.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet your acquaintance.
Osborne.
Vulcan Tin Top Pit Stop may have heard of it.
Yeah, we've traded a bit with him.
Yeah,
Fantastic to put a face to a name.
my dad's the little guy.
Ah, Franklin, is it?
Yeah, love him.
Oh, well, we'll
That's my
have to
dad.
make our way down and meet him sometime.
Please, we'd love that. Love to do business.
And then she turns her gaze on you, Wilhelm, and sort of scratches at the very short beard that she has. You look a bit familiar.
Tell him Wilhelm Oakenbruff. It has been a long time since I have been back home. I was little boy here. Then I went off to make my fortune. Things did not go so well. But I am back home.
Well, you're returning from fortune not really favoring you, and I'm afraid that fortune hasn't really favored home lately either.
I am cursed with bad luck.
Well, then you'll fit right in with the rest of us.
Excellent.
And the rest of us, I think.
Fantastic. Well, safe travels to you wherever these shoes are taking you. Stop on back by if you ever need anything else from us.
Oh, don't forget, we've actually, my apprentice at the shop, we just got love potions. So if you guys are interested, don't forget. Don't forget.
Love potions, you say?
Yes.
You know, that Scramsax, he's the most eligible bachelor in town. One of these days, I'll crack that nut. Just you watch.
He seems a likable fellow, but we shall have to leave marketing and romance behind us for the moment because there is a Yeti about.
Right.
Am I the
Everyone's done
only?
business.
We all remember the Yeti, yes?
Yes,
Yes,
you're
indeed.
right.
I
Thank you
think
for keeping
the
it.
end goal is the goods. If we can avoid Yeti, good thing. Yeah?
Well, certainly a good thing for us, not so much a good thing for the next group of travelers the Yeti menaces.
I don't know. I'd rather stay here and talk about romance.
That does sound nice.
As would I, but a Yeti is about, and we have no choice but to address the matter. Now come!
Oh, these young folk, they always have so much they want to do and accomplish. It's really touching.
Oh,
You
these
need to
old
learn how to
folk,
bottle
they
their
always
energy.
want to leave problems for the young to solve. I'm halfway out the door. Come with me.
Oh,
I have not put
God.
on my shoes yet. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
We gotta put the shoes on.
Right, yes,
But
the
I'll be right
snowshoes.
there.
I'm not gonna
How do
sit
I
in-
put them on? Does anyone...
Oh, you keep your no. You keep your regular shoes on. These go on over top of your regular shoes.
Oh.
Like a workman's boot.
So is it like the left foot first or the right? Or
You know,
Obviously, it doesn't matter which order
Jump
you put
in.
them on the feet.
you
jump
go
in
both
at the same time.
both feet first?
Yeah, jump in.
Can someone brace me while
Yep.
I try to
Wait,
Thank
no,
you.
don't ask an old lady for help. God, you'll
I will-
knock me
I
over.
will help you.
I
This
wasn't
is
asking you.
ridiculous. Have none of you put on boots before?
Come, Griffin. I will brace you. Come. You just get the boots on. Get the boots on.
Vulcan, you are being ridiculous.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
As
Can I
they're
put the-
clambering over the snowshoes, Osborne, the dwarven woman, sort of leans across the table to you. If you ever want to come back and discuss romance, you know where to find me.
Nice.
Well,
And we're off. Scene change. Whoosh.
All right. So once again, even in the innermost confines of the city, being exposed to the elements sets an immediate chill to your bones. You can tell that without your protective winter gear, you would struggle to survive even a few minutes at a time without some serious consequences. But you're hardy, you're adventurers, and most importantly, you're prepared. So,
Yes.
I take a
Maybe
moment to
try.
transform into a tabaxi.
For the extra
Yeah.
fur coat.
Yeah, just a little bit more face coverage. Less chill. The nose isn't great, but I'd rather my nose be a little colder than the whole face.
But I suggest white tabaxi so you still have camouflage.
Excellent
Like a
idea,
snow
my
leopard.
friend. Unfortunately, I've never met a white tabaxi.
Oh, unfortunate. All right. Well, that's all right. Camouflage is the color of fear.
Well, wait, let me see.
Youngins.
Too complicated. Too complicated. I'll stick with brown for now.
I'm going to bring up a map of the general Icewind Dale area. I have it in Roll20, but it's being finicky and won't let me show you guys. So I'm just gonna start over.
I should mention, my friends, if for any reason I do have to change my form, as I have just done, you will be able to identify me by my hat. As you can see,
Good to know.
it's a distinct red color with a green feather coming out of the top. Red hat, green feather, that's Ryston. All right? Just so
Very
we're
good.
all on the same page.
Very
Duly
festive.
noted.
All right then.
That's smart. So it's good looking out.
All right. So there we go. Can y'all see that? Maybe.
No.
No.
Nope.
Why is it doing this to me? It doesn't like this handout. Well, Gran, you would still know that Kelvin's Cairn is a bit of a trek to the northeast. The most direct path doesn't put you passing through any of the other settlements of 10 towns. You would eventually pass through Dwarven Valley, which is sort of a natural formation of where snowdrifts have just constantly piled and accumulated over the last couple of years, and followed the path of a narrow ravine in the rocky tundra and just have built up this almost humanoid silhouette on either side of this channel. That's the general direction of Kelvin's Cairn, which is where the dwarves said that they were traveling from.
Come along, young folk. This way.
Yes, I will help keep a lookout of the surroundings best I can with this blizzard going on.
All right.
Oh, don't be scared of the ice and the snow and the harsh elements. It just makes you stronger.
So, if we
Ooh.
shouldn't be scared of the ice and the snow and the harsh elements, what, might I ask, are the natural hazards of Icewind Dale?
So, Gran, you and you as well, though not as recently, Wilhelm, would be familiar with the general threats that plague the frozen north. Yetis are not an altogether uncommon occurrence. There are also snowy owlbears in the higher reaches of altitude. There are crag cats, which are large predatory cats with thick, snowy white and gray speckled fur that are known for their ferocity and aggression. There are occasional frost elementals, though they aren't usually hostile and tend to keep to themselves. And then general mountainous area threats. Goblins aren't uncommon. Bears, they're run of the mill.
Honestly, you don't have anything to worry about.
It seems like there's a wealth of information behind that you have not said at all. That is a deeply suspicious nothing to worry about.
When
And
I was a
hope
young
you don't
lad,
mind me
there
saying
were
so.
yetis, owl bears, crag cats that would gobble you
Owlbears?
up, goblins, bears.
I didn't think owlbears were real.
Oh, yes. And these are snowy
yes.
white owl bears, so more ferocious than the regular kind. Yes, it's all
Oh.
terrible. Everything will kill you, including the weather. Welcome.
Nothing to
welcome.
worry about
Let
then,
us
is
go.
it?
Oh,
Nothing.
he's
Good.
dramatic. He is dramatic.
Sounds
It's
wonderful.
fine.
Just like
So
I
if I
said.
see a moving snowdrift, yell.
I'm surprised they don't have a booming tourist industry.
The fishing is to die for. No, really.
You
they
met
will- they'll kill you
Scrimshaw,
too.
No, it
didn't
would
you?
kill
He
you.
seemed
The fishing will kill
welcoming.
you.
Yes, that will kill you too. Yes. It is very sad.
This is just in Roll20 a quick little look at what it looks like pressing out of the northern gate of Bryn Shandir, the general sort of look of the aesthetic of the city. Most of the construction is stone or very old, weathered, and obviously reclaimed wood. It definitely seems like wood is a bit more of a commodity here than stone is as far as construction goes. But as you are we pressing on out into the wilderness? Are we leaving the town behind?
Yes,
Onward
because we
and
have
upward.
nothing to worry about.
Yeah, of course. So who would like to helm the expedition to try and find the abandoned sled?
No, we can work together since Granny knows the area. And then
Here, I'm sorry, young man. What was your name? Rayston?
Rayston, yes.
Which one?
Rayston.
Oh, I'm talking to Prescott in real life.
Okay.
That's Xandrin.
Xandrin.
Xandrin?
Yes.
Yes, young Xandrin. Why don't you escort an old lady through the snow, shall we?
I shall.
All right.
Right.
So if you both want to give me survival checks, or one of you can do so at advantage with the other's assistance.
That will be a 19 for me.
All right. Not bad for the first roll of the campaign.
Yeah.
A dirty 20 for me.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Okay, y'all are setting a
wait.
precedent here.
And, well, no, there's no bonuses, but it is my favorite terrain being in the Arctic.
Roll.
Use
Let's just
real
see. Roll it
dice?
again. Roll it again.
Are we allowed to use, when I use in the roll 20 rolls, we could do real dice?
Yeah.
I love, I'm going to get my dice.
I'm a dice goblin. We had this discussion a little.
I
earlier.
have such,
can't
I
say
have
no.
such good dice. I have the best dice.
Okay, Trump. I have such
Oh,
good
that
dice.
We
I
just
have the
did it.
absolute best
We did
dice.
it.
It's part of our communicative culture now. There's no avoiding it.
Nope.
Yeah.
While he's
19's
off
still the
getting
best I
dice,
got.
tell me, my little friend, why did you come up here to the frozen waste? I am returning home to see what is wrong with my homeland, but you seem incredibly uncomfortable.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, yes, you're the only little friend here.
He's right.
I got bored. Is that? Yeah, I got bored.
Oh, all right, yeah. So, do you like it so far?
No, I don't.
What? Why don't you leave? I do not understand.
Well, I seem to be at a dearth of currency
Ah, okay,
at the
okay.
moment. You know,
Well,
have you ever been to Daggerford?
I cannot say that I have.
No one has. That's why I left.
Okay, all right.
Where is Daggerford?
It's a few miles southeast of Waterdeep.
Ah, my mother was from Waterdeep.
Mazel tov.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. I just heard somebody say it once.
Fantastic.
Oh man, that's great.
This horror campaign's going great.
I told you. I
Horror
warned
and
you
comedy
right
go
up
hand
front.
in hand. Thank you very much.
Yes, they do. You can't have horror
Xandrin,
without
what'd
the
you get on that
comedy.
reroll? Anything higher?
Nah, it was 17 on the reroll.
Okay, a 19 and a 20 are still pretty freaking good. Gran, compared to your knowledge of the area and both of you able to find safe passage through the ever-changing snowdrifts, you're able to make your way safely a couple of hours north when the two of you notice that it's getting later into the evening now, but the sky is darkening a little too quickly. And you look up and notice that the massive white, sort of ever undulating clouds that perpetuate the snowdrifts are now darkening into roiling gray masses. And you can see that the occasional snow flurries that have danced around you are beginning to thicken and fall more rapidly. As the wind picks up, both of you get the impression that there is a blizzard about to crest upon you. Would you like to make any preparations?
Anyone got shelter? Or do you know where any shelter is nearby, Granny?
Oh,
Looks like a
man.
storm's coming in.
I remember there being a cave. God, I feel like it was hours from here. Maybe I was just really tired. You know, I think we're gonna have to just
Brave the elements.
brace ourselves and get everything you can out of your packs. I don't I can't place this cave. Can I place this cave with my survival check, DM? It wouldn't be like a little overhang, I mean. Like a
Right. I will say, as you sort of stop and take stock of your surroundings, give me a perception check at advantage based on that high survival check. Try and find some shelter.
Okay. Uh, 17.
17. Okay. Sort of looking about as visibility is rapidly decreasing, you do spy one snowdrift that definitely stands taller and a little more vertical than the ones around it. And you gather that there's got to be something solid supporting that massive snow. And pushing on just about another 100 feet, you round it and see that there is indeed a sort of jagged piece of boulder that sticks out from the snow around it and gives ever so slightly a bit of shelter from the surrounding elements.
Well, I can't, oh, drat, I can't find this cave. But, well, if we look ahead, yeah, let's just head to this rock right here, and we'll come
Yes.
come with me.
Seems,
Yeah, we'll
seems the
make
best we
it.
can do for now, since it's coming in, and wave everyone on quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We're
we
going
are
to die in the blizzard, aren't we?
Yes.
No,
Yes, we
no,
are.
no, no. Your
We
blood's
should have hired a
looking
guide
thick
in
and
town.
quick.
We've made a terrible mistake.
You did hire the guide in town.
It's
You
Granny.
need
I think
anyone
she's-
cheaper than me? Because there
Mhm.
isn't one.
She's free. It's true.
That's very obvious.
Rates were not
yes.
set up beforehand.
I've
friend.
heard
I like
stories.
that.
I feel like
about
I'm getting my money's worth.
You don't survive this long in Brian Chandler without being strong. Young man,
Mm.
you have a lot to learn about.
Or
this
being
path.
able to identify boulders within eyesight
It's
range.
not about the boulders. It's about having.
It's
the
very
perfect-
much about the boulders. We're going
No.
to die in a blizzard.
We are not going to die in the blizzard. You know what? Just hurry over to the nice, perfectly carved boulder that I have spotted.
I've heard
The
stories
goods
about
are going
what
to be
happens
ruined by the This is a
when you freeze
terrible,
to death.
terrible mistake we've made.
I heard it's like
It's
going to
okay.
sleep, so this shouldn't be too bad, right?
Have you ever
No,
heard of
death is-
paradoxical undressing?
Did we even ask what type of goods the Yeti was?
Iron ingots, I believe.
Iron
yes.
ingots, which were a couple
Okay,
months' worth of
iron can
income.
sit.
It was
Iron
mentioned.
can stay if we can find it after a blizzard. But
Mhm.
ugh.
That is going to be the hard part, yes.
You guys wanted to rush here.
It's
I tried
first
to give you
job.
love
It's a-
potions. I tried to give you.
Would a
all
love
your
potion
success.
help me find iron in a blizzard?
It might have made you love the situation a little more.
That's fair.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's nice. We could all be drunk on love potions at least.
It is cold though, so we're probably pretty miserable even.
Take the
So
Yeah.
you found a little bit of shelter. You
Mhm.
are staying put. Are you making any other preparations as the whiteout continues to close in around you?
just take my bedroll and the blankets from that to kind of add more insulation around, like a group huddle. Hopefully.
Should I build a fire? Try and build a fire?
If we can find wood, I can start a fire.
Mhm.
I
I
try
can
and
start a fire
find wood.
in my hand, and then I do.
That's most useful.
I'm just gonna huddle
Oh.
up next to the Genasi.
Yeah, we're all gonna
Sounds
snuggle with you
good.
then.
Come
Yeah.
to me, my friends.
Yeah.
Cuddle puddle with the
Yep.
Genasi.
Yep. Bulkin.
Okay. So, since you're staying put, Gran, you definitely have heard a lot of tales about people that try and outrun a blizzard and are never seen again. With your shelter, with a heat source, and with your warm weather clothes, everyone give me a Constitution saving throw at advantage.
These guys. Let's use a fiery one.
I got 21. Guys, these dice tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hot lava.
I got a
Well-
14.
19.
15.
No, I'm sorry, 17 for me.
Oh,
Okay.
I only got a
Anyone
14.
below a 10?
Nope, not me.
All right.
What are we? What check was this?
A
Con.
con save.
Concept.
Con save, yeah. 21 actually. So
Me too.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you all sort of huddle together against the cutting cold wind that wet bits of skin are exposed almost seem to burn from the intensity of the cool dropping temperature around you. You can feel the beginning bits of frostbite hitting the tips of your nose, the arches of your cheeks. Those of you with short hair, you can feel it especially at the nape of your neck and have to sort of huddle your cloak and blankets up a little higher. But you outlast 2 hours of blizzard conditions with no negative side effects beyond a little bit of distemperament. It is, however, a bit unsettling. The sound here on the open, snow-covered tundra, it's like wailing, moaning cries every time the wind cuts a different direction across the icy white blanket. And you swear that flicker of movement in the distance surely that was more than just a bit of snow. But nothing seems to catch your attention beyond a small sense of dread that sort of clings to the deep set of your bones. But eventually the blizzard conditions do clear, and you are able to sort of shake off the easy 1 to 2 inches of snow that have accumulated just on your huddled forms against this rocky outcropping. So setting back out, are we having the same individuals leading our efforts?
Sure. I'm still leading.
Believe so.
Yes.
All
Ready to
right.
continue up there, Granny?
Go ahead and give me another survival check.
That would be 17.
4.
Okay. Gran, the blizzard has deposited a lot more snow on the ground, and it's kind of hard to get your bearings at first. You swear you came from east of the boulder, but then Xandrin, you sort of put together the path that you had taken, and no, you definitely started on the west face, so you need to press north instead of right. Xandrin sort of orients the party, and everyone sets out on the northeastern path. You travel for another hour until you begin to see a dark mass breaking the unending sheet of white that has taken over your vision, and a smattering of crimson on the snow.
Blood on the snow.
I think we found our quarry.
Wow, the
This, I
blizzard didn't
believe,
cover the blood. That's actually super scary, actually.
There we go.
Yes.
Gran, if you would stand back a ways, I can take your place at the front.
Oh, you don't think an old dragonborn like me can handle the elements?
It's not the elements I think we should be worried about.
Fine.
Daddy.
I'll
I
stand
just
back.
mean now while we're in danger.
You
Talking
can,
about the
you can
Yeti.
stand in front of me too, Roasted.
Do not
So-
worry, little friend. I will protect you.
If you would, in roll 20, set a marching order for me.
So,
Okay.
while we're here, what are all of your, how do I put this delicately? Skills in battle.
As I said, I am Tellsword, Wilhelm Oakenbruff. I served with the Purple Dragon Knights in Cormyr. We helped in Symbia to push out the Nethries invaders. Infantry
Right.
is how battles are run, and that's
Excellent.
what I am.
Good.
Front line! Ha ha!
Awesome. So if you were to phrase that as a class,
Well, after my close brush with death twice, I have become more religious, and I am a paladin.
okay, fantastic. I am a fighter, born and bred, trained to be a member of the Flaming Fists of Baldur's Gate.
I've heard of these flaming fists. An excellent reputation.
So this is why.
Unfortunately, there were extenuating circumstances, and I had to
This
seek
is-
my fortune abroad.
Xandrin, what is your passive perception again?
14.
14?
No, yeah, 14.
Okay,
Mine's also 14. I lied to you earlier. I apologize.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you being a fighter, that's why you want to knock an old druid out of the front lines, huh?
Ah, druid. Fantastic. I simply believe myself to be one of the more trained in melee combat among the group. It's why I asked, you know.
Grand.
If it had turned out that you were, for example, a barbarian by training, then I certainly would have joined you at the front lines rather than taking your place, but you know.
Grand. Let the youth go first.
You know what? That sounds great. And I'm just gonna go sit in the snow at the back of the line.
I'll go with her.
Well, I trust you'll help when the time
Yes.
comes.
The snow immediately sort of sinks and soaks through your clothes the longer you sit, but you're well enough protected from the elements. All right. So who wants to go check out the completely safe, normal oddity in the snow up ahead?
All right.
I would like to look for any sort of track. Well, the blizzard. Well, no, the blizzard didn't come through because there's still blood on top of the snow. Hopefully,
Right.
if there's any tracks or signs of the Yeti.
Perhaps this is
moving
recent,
around.
my friend. That is what I would say. Is
Yes.
maybe the blizzard, and then this guy died, and that's the blood on the snow.
It took us an hour to walk over here.
Yes, so this is
Mhm.
very
Oh, yeah.
recent. Oh no.
That's not funny.
Let us keep a careful watch and move forward slowly.
Yes.
Okay. Are we stealthing?
I
would,
believe that
like to
stealth is
stealth.
out of the question with a party of 6 with such a diverse group of skills and expertises.
You and I could just go ahead and then let the people that want to stealth. That way, we are the distraction. They might be able to sneak up on somebody as they ambush us because we
Now
cannot
there is an idea.
stealth. Yes, we are the bait.
Ha ha! I high five.
We high five.
We're already we're doing our job.
Yeah.
Those of you who are stealthing, go ahead and give me stealth checks.
23.
I got a 6.
I also got a 6
Yeah.
as we
And-
sit in the snow.
And I like to break away from the party just a little bit. Still making sure the fighters are up ahead, but break away from the group so it's easier to stealth.
You should be
Will-
able to go ahead and move your token. Can
yeah,
you see
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I can.
We'll
I
help.
Vulcan, what about you? Are you stealthing?
I'm just
I am
staying
staying
with
put.
the-
Okay.
All right.
Those of you closest to Vulcan do notice that as he stands in one place, the snow around him just seems to slowly begin to melt in proximity to him. And anytime a snowflake lands on an exposed bit of his skin, it immediately
Nice.
I call bunk buddies if we're ever in another blizzard situation.
I don't know you that well yet.
No, but I can see that you are warm. So
That's- he turns to Rayston and he goes, "Do you think that that goblin fellow and the druid lady are hiding pretty poorly? I can see them still. Do they know
Well,
that we
we
can
shall
see them still?
look, we're just gonna have to be really distracting.
We'll be very distracting. Shall we sing as we move forward?
Yes, let us sing.
Let
We
us!
march and sing.
You're
Oh!
singing?
Oh, walking we will go through the ice when day or snow.
Where any foes?
So as the two of you get closer,
Proficiency in performance.
you crest a slight snow-covered ridge and see a frozen, dismembered corpse in the slight depression in the snow in front of you.
Ah,
Snow covers the majority of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are still clearly visible. You see tracks in the snow all around the corpse, and telltale grooves in the snow left behind by a sled that has been hauled away.
I stop singing.
This is no singing matter. A
Indeed.
murder most foul.
A foulest murder.
Also,
Which-
it seems that the goods have been stolen. But
Indeed.
also, this guy died after the blizzard, so I am very confused.
This was no Yeti's work. Unless Yetis are smart enough to want a cart full of iron.
Give me a survival check, Wilhelm.
Oh no. Oh, 18.
Okay. As you move closer and get a better look at the corpse, you can see that a lot of the blood that's near the surface is in frozen chunks and seem to have been upturned as if the body had bled out, been covered by snow, and then was sort of
Dug that
tussled.
out. Dug back out. Got it. Okay.
Hmm.
This did happen before the blizzard. All right. All right. The storyline is making sense again. How do we
But the
move closer?
fresh blood, could this have been a living person who was retrieved and killed after the blizzard?
I heard that I'm not certain because I have not rolled properly for it, but I think Yetis do that actually. I think that's a thing they do. Is they freeze you and then they eat you later when you're fresh. It's really gross.
Well, I am no native of this land, so I shall have to defer to you on that.
Do you want to give me a nature check, Wilhelm?
Oh, yes. Now my dice will fail me.
As a native of the frozen north?
Yes, a 4. Yes, that is absolutely how they do it.
Yeah, you know, the
You-
world is their Yeti cooler.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which direction?
I would
did the
like
tracks
to
go?
investigate the area to see if there's any. Basically, I want to scan the horizon and see if there's any immediate signs of danger.
Okay, if you're just sort of looking at the general surroundings, give me a perception check.
All
And
right.
then, Xandrin, you said you're examining the tracks.
Yes.
Survival checks, please, sir.
Nice.
Ooh, it failed.
What's my modifier?
9?
22.
9.
So, looking at the tracks, we'll start with you, Xandrin. There are dozens of them, but very, very small, almost like child's footprints. Maybe a smaller race like a halfling or a goblin. And they have moved recently throughout this area, but with that check, that's all you get.
Okay.
With that perception check, Ryston, you scan the horizon. It's still just a blanket of white that meets a barely discernible horizon and then extends into white clouds above. Except a tiny, dark dot moving away from you in the sky. With that check, you can tell it seems to be some sort of bird, maybe a hawk or a crow.
There, in the distance, in the sky. It's just a bird, actually.
Yeah, that's completely ridiculous. A bird could not murder a man and then dig him up. I don't know why we're talking about this.
I don't know. Do you have wild druids here that would massacre a caravan and then fly away?
No, wait, this is part of our ruse. We are the only two here, so we cannot investigate. But if a druid were here, then we would totally be able to figure out what happened
No,
here.
not our druid. I'm talking about like wild, like
Oh,
barbarian
a
druid
bad
tribe
druid. Oh,
style.
Would a druid use their powers for evil?
Of course, there are evil versions of everything. You can't take a step without finding an evil adventurer in these.
This is truly
times.
terrible. Well,
I lo-
I feel like we've been standing here for a while and nothing has tried to kill us. If
We
someone
have
wants
been
to
standing
come
here a
and
while.
look at this stuff because I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yes, let's all group up.
look
There's
over-
nothing trying to murder us, everyone.
Everything seems safe.
As all this conversation is happening, I look over at Ozzy and I say,
You think they found anything?
We haven't found anything.
No, we found the body. The body's over here. If you want to
There's
come
a
over.
hawk.
Hawk.
I don't really care, honestly. Why
Yeah.
don't you tell me about those love potions?
Well, they I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't actually think they work. I think it's all in your head. This whole love thing. I think it's all in your head. But they really fly off the shelves. I
Oh,
gotta
I've
tell
heard
you.
of that. It's called a placebo.
They're not coming over here.
Well, I guess we're just going to go through his pockets, and I don't know. Is it all right if I mess up the snow around this, or can you read the snow?
Look,
He's talking to you,
all I
Tyler.
can see is little footprints, and you pointed
There are
them out.
also-
There's
point,
not.
yeah.
To reiterate, there's also drag marks from where a sled was hauled
Yes.
away.
Oh, we
Right,
can follow
they
those.
took away the sled, and there's little footprints. It was probably a tribe of halfling murderers or goblin murderers.
Halfling murderers.
Halfling
seems
murderers.
most likely. No, halflings are vicious creatures. Let's be real here.
Oh, you joke! I live in Baldur's Gate. You
Yeah.
can't walk. It's terrible there.
After their third breakfast, they get real ornery. Yeah.
The point is that we don't know it was goblins,
Right.
but it was probably goblins.
It's very wrong to assume. Yes.
Yes.
It could be gnomes. No, don't tell the fire ganassi. He'll probably be sensitive about that. All right.
We don't
Anyway.
need it. We should be following the drag marks.
All right,
Get
well,
everyone together. Come on.
Come on. Hello,
Hello.
team.
Oh,
Regroup.
We need a word to regroup.
Oh,
We need a word. Oh,
We
okay.
need a signal.
We do.
It appears to be all safe for now. We're gonna follow the track marks. Y'all, I'll head back to the group. Clearly, breaking my stealth.
That's a good way to do it. Ah,
Yes.
I already did that, and no one listened to me.
I know they don't like us.
Sorry, no, I just have some trouble hearing, and it's
Okay.
with
Is
all
this
the
about
echoes.
this is about the blizzard thing earlier.
I just don't really care.
I've
No,
lost track of what we're doing. Is there a Yeti or not?
Nope.
We're trying to find the Yeti. Except it's not a Yeti, it's a tribe of goblins or halflings.
We don't
Oh,
know.
it's
We
small
can't
feet.
read the snow. All we see is bodies and small footprints.
Tiny footprints.
tiny footprints.
Yeah, these have very large footprints. That
Okay,
I do
I'm,
know.
I'm coming over. I'm tired of all this yelling.
Oh, excellent. Come on over. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I'll come over too.
Oh,
I'm-
you're so
I'm
warm.
cold as hell, and there's a dead body.
I get a little
man.
uncomfortably close.
I'm
sorry
not doing
about
well.
I'm gonna check the dead guy's belongings to see if we can find any linkage to maybe what's happening. Just any clues.
I believe
at all.
his name was like Ubalak or something. If people carry IDs.
If this is
Give
the
me an
same man,
investigation
we don't
check.
even know.
Yeah, give me an investigation there, Ryston.
Oh, then I should let someone else do it.
Anyone can do
Someone can
wrong.
definitely help you if you'd like.
I'm gonna pull out the belongings from his pockets, and then I'm gonna sort of open it up to the group to make what we will of them. So what do we find on his
Oh.
person?
Okay.
I rolled a 21 for investigation.
Okay. Well, Ryston, as you sort of crouch down and avoid the majority of the coagulated and frozen over viscera that's been strewn about and rummaged through since,
Smells
you
disgusting.
see that a lot of his clothes, where they have sort of stuck to the wounds, most of which are very jagged and were clearly inflicted by some sort of tearing claw or tooth. You sort of have to peel away with a crunch the bits of fabric that have frozen to the blood. You find, with Ozzy's sort of peering about for different pockets and finding things that haven't been completely frozen over and hidden, 6 copper and 4 silver.
Mm.
He still has a dagger on his belt and an empty sheath for a short sword, which, Ozzy, you spy just the very barest hint of the pommel sticking out of the snow about 6 feet away. With that, you said you got a 21? You can also see, pouring over the corpse, that y'all aren't the first to have gone over it since it froze. There are empty pockets where it seems like some stuff may have been taken by individuals that just weren't keen enough to find the rest or clever enough. And you can see that the small footprints are weighted and grooved. It seems whatever these small creatures were also wearing snowshoes.
Hmm.
I am beginning to develop a theory. The Yeti was real. It killed our friend, and then our people that hired us ran away. But after this blizzard, these small folk come and they take our prize.
Yes,
Put that on
sounds
my
right.
Seems plausible.
That's a stew.
Either
stew.
way, it appears that we've been diverted from our Yeti tracking and are now after a group of small creatures with
Snowshoes.
iron on their minds and snowshoes on their feet.
Can we see which way the wagon went?
Yeah, it's easy enough to see the sled marks. They seem to point east in the same direction that a bird had been flying.
Mm.
Well,
I guess we go that way.
just make sure that you're stepping in the same spots they did. Then it won't look like we're following them.
We have bigger feet and bigger snowshoes, though.
Yeah. As we're going forward, following the tracks, can I do like another survival check to get more an idea of the number of them?
Sure.
Oh, not great, but 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
You can tell that they are fresh. They've been made within the past hour, which strengthens the theory that they came by after the blizzard. and there seem to be about half a dozen small humanoids.
Small humanoids.
So are we following the cart tracks?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll skip over the boring stuff because I'm that kind of DM and I want to see what y'all can do. After about half an hour of traveling along, following these sled tracks, you begin to hear angry grunts and mumbling and Ozzy, you are picking up snatches of goblin language as a handful of goblins seem to be bickering over who is having to do the most work. And a moment later, the horizon breaks as you sort of rise over a snowdrift, and you can see that the creatures you've been following do in fact appear to be goblins based on their stature. You see six of them groaning, grunting, and cursing loudly as they haul a bulky sled towards what appears to be a 20-foot tall wagon parked in the snow far beyond. You can just make out that harnessed to this conveyance are two growling polar bears that don't look too happy. This is a very vertical map. Y'all are going to be at the bottom left corner there.
All right, everybody. There's some sort of savages up there.
It appears
But
so.
look, these are just guys who found some stuff in the snow. I mean, look, I get it, finders keepers. We can tell them that the original owners want it back. Maybe there won't even be a fight.
Well, I can talk to them, but they're more likely to throw a spear or something at me.
We'll be
Well, I
behind.
can-
Are you certain? What are they saying?
They're arguing about things that savages argue about.
Blech.
Are they indicating that they've done any crimes or harm to anyone?
If I listen, do I hear anything like that?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Boy. Hey, I got a 16.
Okay. Amidst the grumblings about the weight of the sled and the cargo that's loaded on it, you hear,
Dwarves and their metal. We take it. We make good things with it.
and another one yelling,
Well, then why don't you drag the sled? It's heavy.
but nothing about any particular crimes. It seems like they got lucky and found a hoard in the snow.
No,
I
I
mean,
think,
that's-
I think I
that's
just found
fair.
it.
I mean, that is fair. I would be like, oh, yeah, look, sweet, a bunch of iron ingots in the snow. I'm going to take this home with me. But those are our iron ingots because they belong to the people that hired us. I hope we can talk them out of this.
Or we could train
They are
them.
in the unfortunate position of being looters without being thieves or burglars, which does mean that they do not legally own these goods by the laws of Baldur's Gate, but it also means that we have no cause to quarrel with them as long as they turn it over to us.
Well, we could trade them something. But they're not just going to give it to us. There is the law of finders keepers, after all.
The law of finders
agree.
keepers can find its way to the end of my blade.
Keep it.
Good
I
to
thought
know.
I was the paladin.
Well-
Amazing.
Well, I think you should go talk to them then.
I can't speak their language. We need you to interpret.
I don't think they're going to have any language problems.
Well, I mean, I could try to bluster my meaning to them, but it's not. They're walking away right now.
All right. Well, shall we go stop them? What do you guys
Can
want
you
to do?
can you at
Or do
least
guys just-
tell me the
or do you guys
phrase
just want
in
to ambush
Goblin?
them like they were thieves in the night, even though they didn't do anything wrong except for find this stuff?
I'm not
I-
killing
I
anyone that
feel
doesn't
very
try to kill
uncomfortable
me
about
first.
that. Yeah, you know.
All right, that's not.
Seems kind of like the wrong thing to do.
Yes, it's wrong, but is it?
Yes.
I'm not going to try and kill them before we've even tried to talk them out of fighting.
Well, it'd be good to say hello first
I'll tell
before
you
we light them to our presence.
Tell you what, you lot do the talking and I'll interpret. How about that?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Let's go.
all right. So just heading out into the open.
Yes.
That's what we would have had to do anyways. I'm just
I
saying.
will stealth
Okay.
off to the side.
Mhm.
Is anyone attempting to not immediately be seen? Give me a stealth check.
19.
Okay, you feel hidden. As the rest of you step out, the snow crunching under your feet, you hear from the wagon up here, from a goblinoid in the back that is looking at the oncoming procession. Its eyes immediately snap to your party as you step around this rise in the snow, and you watch as it lifts its hand to its mouth and gives out a shrill whistle, a hawk taking off from its shoulder. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Okay.
Woo.
All right, James, help me out. How do I do that initiative tracker thing that you always do?
All right.
It's
On
a
the
clock.
left of your screen, you're going to see at the very bottom, there's going to be. You can hear me, right? Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. On the left of your screen,
Mhm.
you've got the select move, and you got the paintbrush and everything. At the very
Mhm.
bottom, you'll see a little clock.
Mm-hmm.
You click on that, it brings everybody up. Then you can right click on each token and then click add to, I think it says add to tracker or something like that.
Ah.
And then and then everybody should be able to click on it and put their own initiative in.
Thanks, bud.
Can't tell which character is me though.
Mine has my name beside it. So you might see that.
Oh, I don't have my name. Oh, it's okay. I can only press one of them. So here we go.
Mhm.
Just to make it easier on myself, I'm gonna run the goblins in groups.
Ah, the joys of being a dex fighter.
Alrighty, I'm gonna roll for these guys. Cart goblins. I'm gonna start rolling this dice. It rolled 2 natural ones in a row on perception a second ago, and that was a 2.
Hooray!
Ooh.
I've got to take a 1-minute break real quick, if that's
All right, no problem. Now's a good time to do that.
right.
Actually,
We could take a 10.
A general, yeah. Can we do like a 5-minute break? Is that enough?
Absolutely. I'll bring up the our loading screen and we can.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Joining us as the party faces their first combat in Icewind Dale. At the top of the turn order, we've got, oh my god, who is this? I'm blind. I think that is you there, Ryston.
That's Ryston.
So you see these two groups of goblins, the closer group, 6 of them, surrounding a sled that is laden with the iron ingots you have been tasked to reclaim. 4 of them are currently straining to push the sled across the ground, and the other 2 on the whistle from the goblin on the wagon whip their heads around and see your party. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, I am going to. It looks like they're quite a ways away and coming for us. Or are they running or attacking?
Not sure right off the top of the bat. You just see one bring the attention to your party, and then the ones closer to you just turn and look and seem to be taking in what your group is doing.
All right. I am going.
Seem on edge.
I am going to. I am going to. Right now, my rapier is sheathed and my crossbow is on my back.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now, I'm going to grab my crossbow and make ready to attack them if they come any closer.
Okay. All right. Holding your action. Any movement or bonus action?
I'm going to stay next to this. This is like a little rock, right?
Yeah, it's just a slight change in the elevation.
All right. Then
If
I'm
you were
going to
completely
keep my
behind
back
it,
to that.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Zadrin. What you got?
I will have my bow out, ready, and just kind of ready for a hostile action from the goblins, because last the group talked about, we were going to do this diplomatically, give them a chance to surrender. And so, just let them have that opportunity. And so
Okay,
once
so
they
you're
make
also
a hostile,
holding an action?
yeah, hold action till a hostile action from the goblins. And then
You do notice that none of them seem to be looking in your direction. They all seem to be looking towards where Ryston emerged. All right, Vulcan.
Okay. I'm gonna move up over here. And then that is how far? Like way too far. I'm sorry. This map is so big.
Sorry.
It's a big map. No, it's good. Okay, great. Then I will not make any hostile movements. I'm going to hold an action. I'm gonna
Okay, what you
hold.
holding?
I'm gonna hold a fairy fire.
Sounds good. Next up, we have, I believe that's Ozzy.
Okay, so I'm going to move up here in the front. And I'm going to go, as a free action, I'm going to go, hi, how's it going? And Goblin.
Okay. Their attention immediately shifts to you. But you do see them still reaching for weapons.
I am going to hold an action.
Okay.
For cantrip. But I'm like, hi, how's it going?
All right. What action are you holding?
Firebolt.
All right.
If something comes flying at me.
Next up is going to be the larger goblinoid that y'all heard give the warning whistle from the back of the wagon. You watch as they jump down, pull a spear from their back, ready their shield on their other arm, and point the spear in y'all's direction and yell in Goblin, Osborne, what you understand to be more loot.
Oh, that's
She
not
is
good.
going to, she is also going
What
to
did they say?
Well, it's not really that important.
Was it friendly?
No.
Oh,
1 to 10. How unfriendly?
yeah.
2? No, wait, 10 would be 8. Let's give it an 8.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Probably not, actually. I told you they were savages.
It's so rude.
Good enough for me.
There's no peaceful way to get our friend's loot back.
From that, Xandrin and Ryson and Vulcan, if that is enough for any of you to release your held action, you may do so now.
It is, in fact, enough for me to release my held action.
Alrighty. Go for it.
I am going to fire my crossbow at the closest of the goblins here.
This one?
This
Alrighty.
one.
Got it.
So that is going to be a It's not. Oh, there it is. 19 to hit.
That will certainly hit.
All right. Then I am dealing. Ooh, nice. 11 damage to that front goblin.
That's a crossbow bolt.
Yep.
Hearing Osborne's warning, you level your crossbow, pull the trigger, and fire the bolt towards the goblin. Just as it reaches down to pull its sword from its scabbard, opening its mouth to scream angrily towards you, you just watch the bolt disappear and hear a choke sort of, and then it drops dead.
I still keep my held action like, okay, that can be a warning.
Yeah, I think that'll do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wilhelm, what you got?
Wilhelm will move. Oops. Show do the thing. All right, there we go. Is that 60 feet? I think it is. There. And he will be like, "Stop, thieves!"
All right.
Tactics, you fool! Tactics!
I'm called Wilhelm the Twice Slain for a reason. I am not a smart man.
Damn it!
All right. Next up is the bears, but they are still under goblin control, so they are not going to do anything on this turn. Grand.
Right. Am I still on mute? No. Okay. Yeah, I am actually just going to move on my turn. I'm a little bit far away, and I'm going to dash.
Okay.
And there I am. I'm just kind of stay off to the side and just kind of nod at everyone as I run past them.
All righty. That brings us to the cart goblins. Let's see. So they're both going to hop out of their cart, pulling out short bows. Ooh, not the cart itself. And they are both going to fire at you, Wilhelm. Oh my gosh, I can't move the cart without moving. All right, well, that goblin's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying. So let's see if someone can do some damage. The first one is going to miss with a 6, I imagine.
Yes.
The second one at you, Wilhelm, is going to be a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Seeing them actually fire upon them, that I'll release my held action.
All
And
right, certainly.
I will actually go for the big boss goblin. Destroy their leadership and see if they rout after that. Or
Which one are you shooting at?
Oh, I missed anyway. That was
Well,
going for the big one.
you have advantage because you were hidden.
Okay, yes. Please be better than a 2. It was a little better. A 4. So 9.
9, unfortunately, does not make it.
I'm going to release my
That's
held
obviously-
action as well.
Sure.
Casting Fairy Fire down in the middle there.
Okay.
So that's a 20-foot cube. I think that would hit all of them.
What is the range on Fairy Fire?
It's 60
60
feet.
feet.
You got it.
So I
All
make
right,
it,
and
yep.
that, I believe, is a dex save.
Yes. They got to beat 13. Lucky 13.
Let's see here. Oh, kind of dexy. So The one on the left just makes it with a perfect 13. The one in front fails. All right, let me do this as I go, because I will not be able to do it straight. On the right also fails. And this one also fails.
All right.
And this one also fails. So
Nice.
only one success.
All right. So casting with my smith tools, I magically create a little glitter pop gun and I fire it, and they're all shot with glitter. And now every attack has advantage on those guys.
Nicely done.
Nice.
All right. Next up is their turn, the sled gobbies. So, as one of them is dispatched, the main four are going to keep pushing the sled towards their boss. They can go this far, except for this guy. He'll stay back here. He is going to turn around and shoot with his short bow again at you, Wilhelm. You're the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
But that is going to miss with a 7. All right. Next up, back to the top of the round. Ryston, what you got? Ryston?
I am going to drop my crossbow back into its place and dash, I think. Yeah, dash up to stand with my buddy facing the goblins.
All right.
And I will level my rapier at them.
We miss you. All right. Dandrin.
All right, I will try again and shoot at this one here.
All
Just
right.
Try and get him out of the way. And fairy fire gives me the advantage. Yay. Let's shoot these two.
You did reveal yourself on your last action, so
Okay.
you're not currently hidden.
Okay, but the fairy fire gives the advantage for
That is
all
true.
attacks.
That is true indeed.
That's damn. Does a 12 hit?
A 12?
Yes.
Unfortunately not. Getting closer, but they do still have a bit of patchwork leather and hide armor.
I rolled well at the beginning, not now.
Any movement or bonus action?
I will duck behind this, change in elevation, get some cover.
Alrighty.
and, yeah, just
Perfect.
Yep.
Vulcan, you've got your fairy fire from your glitter pop gun.
All right, I'm going to move up with my allies here, and I am going to produce flame, this little straggler here.
Okay. Is that a dex save or a roll to hit?
That is a roll to hit.
All right.
With advantage, thankfully,
true.
I am going to roll a 15.
15 is the number you just hit.
Dealing 5 damage.
5 points of damage. All right. He's crispy. He doesn't like that. Lets out a terrible squeal of pain.
And I end my turn.
All righty. Perfect. That brings us to Osborne.
Okay, so Osborne is going to release a firebolt at this one. The one... Oh, sorry, I don't have my slide tool on. There we go. This one. You see that one?
Yep.
Does a 19 hit?
It does.
6 points of damage.
All right. Another source of magical flame surrounds this goblin. It gives out a shriek that quickly melts into a crackle as he is now dead.
Sorry.
All right. Come on, man. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Ozzy, anything else? All right. That brings us back to the Goblin Commander's turn. She sees 2 of her creatures go down. Yeah, you know what? She is going to... Why not? She's going to move up and hurl her spear at disadvantage at Vulcan, the source of the magical flame
Uh-oh.
that made Goblin Barbecue. Disadvantage because of the range. That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. Modified 20 to hit.
Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
So you take 5 points of piercing damage. I rolled a 16 and an 18. Not bad.
Okay, and then a con saving throw for fairy fire, and I get a 9, so fairy fire is all gone.
Fairy fire's gone.
Fairy fire is gone. Ow!
All
dear.
right. And then she is going to move back towards the wagon and utter a command in Goblin that Ozzy, you understand to be, get ready for the ingots. We gotta get out of here. All right. Wilhelm.
Wilhelm will heal himself 4 points with his lay on hands and move forward. And that is his turn.
All right. Bears are still being passive, waiting on orders. Gran.
All right. So I can. Is it pretty snowy out, or is it kind of clear skies at the moment?
It's still very heavy cloud cover.
Awesome. Yep. So I am going to cast Long Strider. And no, wait, I don't actually need to. I can just dash. Okay. So I am going to dash, and I am going to go all the way. Like, I'm going to grab the sled.
Okay.
Yeah.
It takes your action to get there.
My whole action.
All right.
So I make it there, and I'm reaching for it.
This massive silver dragonborn just charging through, kicking huge clumps of snow up in her wake. The goblins look terrified. All right. It is the cart gobby's turn. They are both going to shoot at you as you charge towards their loot. That's the wrong stats block. Off the table. I think that's probably going to hit with the 23. Yeah. Okay, only 3 points of piercing damage, Gran.
Okay.
And then the second one is going to shoot at Wilhelm, because you're also close and you're big. Well, no, Gran's the bigger, scarier threat right now. But it's a miss either way. And then this one is going to hop back up on the wagon and knock another arrow. Next is the sled goblins. Gran, roll me an intimidation check, would you?
Yes. I would love to do that. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you charge towards them, you hear all of the goblins give out shrieks of terror, but this one is going to sprint away from you. You do get an opportunity attack if you would like.
Sure. Why not? I'm just gonna like hit with my quarterstaff on that opportunity attack. Just a little like Rafiki style whack.
All right.
It's only, well, no, it's a 13.
Unfortunately not. You swing at him as his tiny goblin form retreats and just impacts snow with a soft thud. They're going to run, but they are going to turn around and pull out their short bows and take shots. One is going to shoot at you, Gran. Almost a natural 20, but then it rolled over to a 2. And then at Wilhelm, does a 14 hit you, Wilhelm?
It does not.
All right. Clinks off your armor unscathed.
Wow, that hits me.
These two watch their companions flee, exchange glances, and then will pull out their scimitars. This one will come up here. This one is not smart enough to flank, but it will come up into melee with you. Scimitar attack number 1, Gran. I think that's going to hit with a 19.
Mhm.
Okay, that is 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the next one is going to miss. That is their turn.
You know that this belongs to the people of Brian Chandler, right?
Ryston, what you got?
All right. I've been doing the angles. I've been computing the math, and I can't get up there and stab them. They are unstabbable from where I'm standing. So I think sheepishly, Ryston is going to have to sort of hump it another 20 feet and pull out his crossbow again and take another shot.
Sure, why not?
Because at this point, I don't think they're going to come and try to hit me.
Probably
They're
not
hitting
with
my
me
friends. So I think, well, I don't know. I mean, there's clearly a leader here. I'm going to take a shot at her.
Okay.
That is going to be I think 15 to hit.
15 will not hit the boss, unfortunately. You can see that she's got a few pieces of what look like scavenged metal intertwined with her furs and leathers.
All right. Then that's going to be my turn.
All right. Zadrin, Vulcan on deck.
I will aim at step around, back out, and around.
Bringing around town.
Yep. And aim at one of the ones in melee of our guide, Granny.
Alrighty.
Okay, I think a 19 will hit this time.
That will indeed hit.
And then 4, almost max damage of 10.
That is enough. You watch it raise its scimitar to take another strike at Granny, and you find that sweet meat under the arm as your bolt just disappears into its side.
Just send up a little prayer.
Dispatching souls, baby.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
That'll be it. They seem pretty focused on these guys, so I'm not going to duck around the corner.
All right. Solid. Vulcan, Ozzy on deck.
All right. I'm going to saunter my way up here.
Sauntering
Gingerly-
through the snow with just steam trailing behind you.
Gingerly stepping over the corpse here. And I'm going to produce flame at this nice little goblin.
Ready?
I have rolled a 19.
That will hit.
And a 6.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Ooh. He is barely hanging on. That was this one, engaged with Gran?
Correct.
All right, he is fucked up, as we like to say.
It's a medical term.
Fancy.
All right. That brings us to you, Osborne.
Okay, so I'm going to move right there.
Yep.
And then I need their leader, which I believe is this one, correct?
Yep.
To make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, yeah, she's got
Oh
this.
no.
DC's 12, level 1.
Scramble the brain.
Rolled a natural 18.
Okay, so you passed. Nothing. I don't think anything happens. Let's see. Yeah, nothing happens. You're good.
All right. You just exchange an awkward, long stare with her.
It was a cantrip.
All right. That brings us to her turn. She is going to bark another command, which Osborne, you understand to be
Fuck it, let's go!
she's going to go back to the wagon, hop up front, and grab the reins of the polar bears. But she is going to hold her action from there. All right, Wilhelm.
Well, unfortunately, Wilhelm does not speak Goblin, so he moves up to this fellow that is menacing his druid companion and says, "Tempus!" and swings his sword and misses. It's one lucky goblin.
As it turns to sprint, it just happens to turn out of the path of your blade. Anything else, Wilhelm?
He goes, "I think this is going rather well."
All right, and the bears have someone at the reins again. Gran, there is a extra crispy goblin in front of you.
You're muted, Gran.
You're muted. I want to hear your beautiful voice.
Oh, sorry. How crispy are we talking? Like,
if it were any more crispy, it would be on a dinner plate.
oh
Stop, you're making me hungry.
yum. Well,
The goblin.
You know what?
They do not take showers.
He's like, "Please don't eat me."
I am going to, because he's carrying the like sled, right?
He was one of the ones pushing the sled, yeah.
So I'm just going to grab kind of the back metal pieces of the sled. And I want to just dig my heels into the ground and basically stop it from moving any farther.
That's too bad. I will say, looking at the weight of it, you did see that there were 4 of them having to move it before, 2 of which have now taken off and the third of which is dead. So he's currently the only one holding the sled. You don't think he would be able to get it away from you if he wanted to?
Oh,
In
okay.
case that
Well,
changes what you were thinking.
yeah, that's helpful. I didn't know how much momentum he had. That's what I was kind of trying to stop. So I will just kind of, actually, I think I'm gonna use my other spell slot and I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave just right on this guy.
Alrighty. Now will Wilhelm also have to make that save?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Oh,
We're gonna have to
15
pick
feet.
up the iron.
it's gonna be Wilhelm thrice slain.
And that'll be Constitution.
Ooh. 15?
15? Yeah. That saves. Yeah.
Natural 20. Ha ha! Tempus!
First one of the campaign. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's against
Get
an ally.
From my own party.
Okay, so on a failed save, you take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away from the sled.
Oh,
Wait, did the 15 fail?
Yeah, 15 failed.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Give it to me.
Yeah, so this is a fail. The failing piece is 5 damage, and you are pushed 10 feet away.
How do you want to flavor this? Because he only had 1 hit point left.
Oh, baby. Oh, I think when the thunder hits him, he just he falls away from the sled, and he just snow angels right into the ground. It's not actually too violent. It's almost angelic at the end.
You know how really good fried chicken, the skin just kind of sloughs off of it?
Mhm.
As the impact hits him, you watch him just have a moment of pure motionlessness. As his skin, however, extra crispy fried, is pushed back behind him and
my
falls
Jesus.
perfect goblin silhouette on the ground. And then almost in slow motion, he falls back into it like
Oh
a
my
beautiful
Jesus.
scarlet.
This was a horror campaign.
How much damage did I get for even if I succeeded?
You also take the 5 damage and are pushed 10 feet back.
Even though I succeeded?
Yeah, it says on a failed save.
No, that's
Oh, well,
if
he
you
didn't
failed.
fail.
If you succeed,
Oh,
then you
oh, okay. Then you take 3 damage, and
Okay.
you are not pushed back. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, you're right. I was not comprehending what you were saying.
Wow. All right.
Then did the goblin also make the save?
But he had one
So
hit
he-
point, so he's still
He
dead.
failed.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
dead
so-
for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was just
his
taken
skin
aback
came
by a
off.
15.
Alright, check
No,
out.
my DC is 12.
All right. Well, with that, the cart gobbies are going to just sort of exchange fearful glances and, with shaking hands, try and shoot you because you just knocked the skin off of someone.
Reasonable.
Gonna miss. 18 to hit. For 3 points of piercing damage. I haven't rolled over a 2 on my damage die.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
But that is their turns.
So what did they hit me with?
Short bows.
No, short bows. Yeah. So that last bow, I kind of grab my chest and just tumble to the ground.
Unconscious. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. I'll watch as Grand topples these guys. As their turn comes up, are both going to sprint to the wagon. Oh my gosh. Roll 20 will work with me. They are also going to turn around and take their shots
At me, right?
at Wilhelm.
Yes.
15 to hit,
Miss!
even less.
Ha ha!
All right, and then
I will be your shield.
Izovai will use her held action to crack the reins, and the bears give growls of protest.
Now I know her name. I'm gonna find her.
Geistin,
Yeah, I think this is pretty over. And I certainly don't want them turning around and sicking those polar bears on us.
Yes, that seems very scary.
So I am going to sort of fire my crossbow just in their general direction, not actually aiming at any of them.
okay.
And I'm going to try and use this action to intimidate them into not coming back and trying their luck. Just make
All right.
sure that they get out of here.
First, just roll me a normal unmodified d20. I just want to see something.
5.
5. Okay. Give me an intimidation check.
All right.
On a natural 1, you were definitely going to shoot a bear.
Well, that wouldn't have been good. Yeah, that is a 11 on the die, plus 5 for a 16 on the intimidation.
All right, as you loose the retroactive warning shot, you watch the 4 goblins in the wagon just sort of hunker down and cling to the side. You go,
And I scream, "Off with you, you foolish little wretches! Off with you!"
all right. Is anyone planning to pursue the cart? All right. Then at this point, we can break initiative
Wait, what? Sorry.
as the polar bears disappear into the snowy
What a
tunnel.
goblin just raised their hand.
Yeah, James just raised his hand, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed
point
that.
out, James.
Pursue
would
is
you
a
like?
strong word.
What would you like to do, Osborne?
I was
As I'm
going
guessing,
to,
Zadrin.
on my
and
next
Vulcan.
turn, I was going to run up and go, if you leave the cart, they'll let you live. But, I mean, if they're getting away...
Give me a
anyway.
persuasion check.
Okay.
At advantage because of that intimidation from Ryston.
Oh boy, persuasion. Oh, wait, I have a little bit of that. Advantage. 21.
What was that?
21.
21?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. You watch the goblin boss sort of look over her shoulder and then look down into the wagon at her compatriots. As the bears begin to pull off, she halts them for a moment, reaches down with her scimitar, slashes the straps that hold them in their harnesses, vaults onto one of the polar bears, and leaves the cart behind as she starts riding into the snowy abyss. The other
Hooray!
goblins want to go and take off on foot after her. So the polar bears and the goblins all still leave, but a wagon is left behind.
Aha! Excellent thinking, my friend.
I'll let Rayson pull that.
I lay my hand upon Gran's shoulder and give her 1 hit point.
All right. Granny, that brings you back up. Feel yourself shuddering with the cold snow seeping into every opening in your clothes.
Oh,
That was close, Granny. 1 more time and we shall call you Gran the Twice Slain. Ha ha!
oh, oh, thank you.
So you have 4, maybe 5, goblin corpses. You have the sled laden with ingots. You've got a pre-skinned goblin, just for fun. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess it's time for us to get this back to our employers, to the dwarves.
Let's search their wagon as well.
Yes,
Indeed.
that'd be useful. You might find something.
Okay. Someone give me an investigation check.
Got an 11.
Yep. Let's see.
I'll help if anybody wants it.
I got a 3. Do I get anything with a 3?
I got an 11 and then a 5, so.
Yeah.
We will
That
stick
one-
with the 11.
I got a 16.
Oh, there we go.
Dang,
Yeah, I
there
got
we go.
18.
Normally,
I
I only
helped
do
Griffin.
Yeah.
2 rolls per ability check, but it's not going anywhere. You got them to leave it behind. I'll say you have plenty of time. Sort of pouring over the wagon, Vulcan, it evidence of old bloodstains and weapon marks. It seems like this wagon definitely didn't originally belong to the goblins. But searching it over, you find a hidden compartment under the seat that contains 2 potions of animal friendship,
Ha ha.
a sealskin pouch containing 13 silver pieces and 25 copper pieces,
Silver pieces, copper pieces.
and a carved bone whistle.
A whistle.
All right. So, who is going to be helping to pull the sled back to town? It is rather heavy. It seems to weigh, or it weighs exactly 900 pounds between the 300 pounds of the sled itself and 600 pounds of ingots.
Well, unfortunately, I, despite my looks and general air of heroism, have a -1 strength modifier. So if anyone else is going to be able to do that, that would be great.
Put the yoke upon me, my friends, and I will pull.
I will help you out if need be.
I got shot,
Gran?
so I will
Gran,
not
Gran
help.
wants to say something. Gran wants to say something.
I would love to just sit on the wagon and be pulled back into town.
Gran,
1,100
pounds.
pounds.
It is 900 pounds. We cannot pull you and the wagon, Gran. I am very sorry.
Oh, okay. I will help pull.
Oh, that is very sad. I mean, you could,
No.
you could
I'll
live
help
alongside.
pull.
Oh,
Oh, you don't have to do it. I'll help pull.
oh, that
You
is
got
sweet.
shot worse than me.
All right. I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We'll deal with the necessary ability checks when we start our next session next week. But well done, guys. Your first combat in Icewind, and y'all just fucking annihilated them.
That was
did
incredibly
it.
dangerous.
You
You
go,
almost
girl.
killed me in the first round.
Yeah, I almost died.
Somebody went down. Yeah.
But did you die?
But did you die?
Did
That's not okay.
Yeah, not yet. There's still a Yeti around.
Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
gonna attack us with the Yeti.
Yeah.
We're all wounded and pulling a cart.
We'll see. Who knows?
The blood is on the
Maybe-
snow.
Maybe you'll meet this friendly baby.
Adventure.
right
That looks
here.
very nice. That looks very friendly.
Yeah.
Obviously.
An owl bear.
Yeah.
It is not an
Oh.
That's not an elevator.
You wish it was an owlbear.
Indeed.
Oh.
But
Oh, no.
we'll just have to wait and see.
Hmm.
But
Wish it
we'll
wasn't
call
there.
it here for the night. Anyone that's still hanging out watching our craziness in Icewind Dale. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
As
Reaver.
always, we appreciate you. We appreciate your viewership. And make sure you tune in next week, same time, on the Neon Goblin Twitch channel to check out part 2 of Frigiphobia.
And thank you for
Morgan!
DMing, Morgan. You did a great
Thank
job.
you,
That was good.
Morgan.
Killer.
Yeah, thanks, Morgan.
I'm
Killer
I'm
job.
so looking forward to next week.
You're really trying to kill us, though. I need to break my
I love
character
it.
more.
Bring it.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
terrifying.
level
Kill us
1.
all.
We're all gonna die.
See?
Mm.